Hey, T-Bird fans, another episode of Top Shelf. GM Bil La Forge, I'm Ian Henry. We've just come off a road trip to Alberta. We played Red Deer, Edmonton, and Calgary, and we're going to head out on the road to Tri-Cities and Portland for a couple games before we come back here to Showware Center for a couple games. Next week, Kamloops and Portland here at the Showware Center. Bill, you were out with the team on the road trip. You were also, as part of that road trip, at the 2019 WHL Cup. We had a league-high 7 guys prospects selected to play in the WHL Cup, which is the top under-16 players in the 4 western provinces of Canada. What were your impressions of our guys' performance at the Cup, and what was your impression overall of the tournament?
Yeah, it's a great tournament. Every year I try and make sure I get a chance to go out and watch it, and it just happened to be very convenient for us this year, considering our team was playing there. We had 7 guys selected. Unfortunately, Cole Tanchuk was injured, so he wasn't able to play. But I thought our other guys, all performed really well. We had 2 guys that were captains of their team, which speaks to the leadership that we know that they have and we saw in them last year. I think it's a big, congratulations to our scouting staff for identifying such high-end players. I thought that, they all performed quite well.
One of those captains, Kevin Korchinski, won gold with Team Saskatchewan. They beat Team Manitoba 4-2, a game I'm sure you were at. Part of the WHL Cup also is there's fitness testing. We had a couple of guys that did pretty well in fitness testing. Each province does fitness testing, and Jordan Gustafson and another one of our players whose name is keeping my mind right, Tyler Dodgson, did very well in the fitness testing. What does that say when our guys do well in the fitness testing portion of the WHL Cup?
Well, it's a big feather in their cap, and I think it says a couple things. It says, one, that they're continuing to work hard, and also it says that when Hags had them here in the summer and we had our spring camp and he was showing them how to properly prepare for these camps, they did so, and I think it's like I said, a big feather in their cap, and we're really excited with how all of our young guys are training and developing away from Seattle.
A couple of guys that are heading away from Seattle right now are Kai Uchas, Connor Roulette, Thomas Milich, who's not with us but with his Burnaby, was here at training camp. They've all been selected to play for Team Canada at the U-17 Hockey World Challenge taking place in Swift Current, Medicine Hat. What does that say about their play that they've been selected to take part?
Yeah, they've been really good here to start the year. I know Thomas has had an excellent start in Burnaby. We're always keeping eyes on him. And Kai and Connor have both been very good here. And to me, the biggest surprise probably is that Lucas Siona isn't there. Mm-hmm. He, to me, has shown that he's right up there with anyone in the league at 16. So I think that, again, it's another feather in our cap for our scouting staff, for our coaches and their development. And Steve Gertz and all the work he does. So we're really excited, and anytime you get to pull your jersey of your country on, it's a big thrill and honor for those guys, and I know that they were looking forward to it. So we'll miss them when they're gone, but we're really happy for them.
We had them, Connor and Kai were for a couple of games in our road trip. They were first 2 games, and then Calgary, they weren't there. We had some additions to our lineup. Sam Popowich made his T-Bird debut. You obviously saw the 3 games. What did you think of Sam's debut, and what did you think overall of our performance in the 3 games in Alberta?
Yeah, I thought we played some pretty good teams when we were out there. Red Deer's a young team, much like us, and we won that game. And Edmonton and Calgary are 2 of the top teams in the league, and I think in Edmonton we struggled a little bit, but I think the score was not quite indicative of the play. It was 3-2 going into the third period, and then in Calgary we came out hot, got a 2-0 lead, and Sam got an assist on his first shift, which is a good start for anybody's career. And then I think we held the game well, and Roddy was great, and that's kind of the recipe for us is we get out there. Play with energy, and then we have great goaltending, so that really helps us.
You saw a lot of hockey when you were on the trip with the WHL Cup with our games. You also got out to see a couple of midget games. Some of our guys in not WHL Cup, but WHL, just Jordan Gustafson, Ashton McNally. I think you mentioned you got to see a game of him. What did you think of some of the prospects that you saw, and who did you see while you're out there?
Yeah, it's always a good opportunity to see some players. We saw McNally's brother Ashton play in Fort Sask, and he was real good. He won tons of face-off. He's a center iceman. He made he's physical, but he plays within the whistles, and I really liked what I saw from him. I think it's another exciting prospect for us that we added. I also got to see Breck McKinley. And Breck had a solid game on the back end for St. Albert. They tied Lloyd Grand Prairie 2-2, and he played well. He was in on the second goal, the tying goal. Actually, they came back to win 3-2. I correct myself. And then just watching Jordan. I mean, he played in the morning in Calgary, and then to make his way back and to play the night game, I think just speaks to his character. And again, he's a guy that's being relied on heavily by his team and plays a lot with Ashton, actually. So that's exciting for us going forward. And I know Russ, Colin, Craig Goebel, and I were at the game, and we were all so excited when we saw Jordan in the lineup. It was a pretty cool moment.
That sounds like a lot of hockey watching and a lot of hockey playing for some of our guys. We've played 13 games into the season. How would you assess our performance so far in the season, considering we've had some injuries, some guys in the lineup, out of the lineup?
Yeah, I think we're definitely leading the league in man games lost, but I think we've been good. I mean, when you're as young as we are, there's going to be nights where you don't have your A performance, and I think we saw that a couple times. But for the most part, all the games have been very closely won or lost, and I think that we're in the battle and we're competing every night, and our coaches are doing a great job preparing the players, and I think it's a process that will continue as the season goes on.
What does your schedule involve now that you're back from Alberta? You obviously games that we have coming up. What are you planning on seeing players-wise out and about scouting here in the near future?
Yeah, we'll have all our scouts. There's a big tournament in Calgary coming up in 2 weeks, and we'll have a lot of our scouts out there. And I kind of go in and out just depending on the schedule here, depending on the soccer schedule sometimes too with my daughters. But and I'm watching a lot of junior Thunderbirds hockey. So with my daughter as well. So
you're busy.
I'm a busy man. But yeah, no, I will definitely get out and help. And I know Russ is going to watch one of our prospects this weekend. So we're always monitoring and always trying to get our list ready for the draft. So.
It's a busy time in the hockey community for us here in T-Birds Lands with scouting, with games played, games coming up. Our next two games this weekend in Kennewick against Tri-Cities and against Portland on Saturday night. That is the first game on our Joe TV broadcast schedule, the first of 8 games. And then we're back here on November 8th and 9th against Kamloops and against Everett here at the Accesso Showwear Center. You can get tickets online. Thanks for joining us, T-Birds fans.
Thank you.